Have you always wanted to learn to sing? Or maybe improve your singing, but you can come up with a long list of reasons not to get started? I totally get it, but I'm here to tell you that yes, absolutely you can learn to sing. I'm going to give you 8 key concepts to consider when starting or leveling up in your singing journey. Welcome to Groove, Sing, and All the Things. I'm your host, Amy Hailstone. I'm a singer, a songwriter, guitarist, and an educator. I've been teaching guitar for over 30 years, and I've been a vocal and performance coach for nearly a decade. I love to teach my students how to sing and play with less tension and more freedom. Today, I'm here to encourage you to start learning or to get back into it. So let's jump in and start talking about the 8 concepts of why you absolutely can learn to sing. So we all want to sing for different reasons. Maybe we want to be on a stage in a tuxedo or a beautiful gown and our audience is hanging on our every word. Or maybe we want to perform in a coffee shop, just a voice and a guitar, or be the star of the next karaoke night with your friends, or start a band and play in the garage. Whatever your dream is, I'm here to tell you that it is legitimate and that you can do it. So, number 1, singing is for everyone. Some people think singing is a gift that we're either given or not given. It's not true. Singing is for everyone. If you can speak, you can sing. Singing is a very instinctively human thing to do, but many people think you should just be able to do it or not do it. Again, not true. So perhaps you feel stuck or frustrated because you're not making the progress you had hoped in your singing. Or maybe you feel like you're too old, or you're too young, or you're too busy, or too afraid to be judged. We can all have those excuses. So an example that happens to many of us is that we happily sang out loud and proud when we're young, when we're kids, we're having fun, until somebody, maybe an older adult or a bully, makes a comment about our voice. We decide right then and there, we shut down. We can't sing, right? Even though it's something you loved, you just shut it down. And obviously this scenario can happen in whatever art or sport the kid loved, but decided it was too risky. It's just too hard to be criticized and judged. So we begin to protect ourselves. So it usually happens to us around age 8. We learn self-consciousness and we become aware of what others think of us. And we really start, like I said, to protect ourselves. We start forming our adult personality. And maybe we leave some things that we love behind. So concept number 2 is to start where you are. I believe you're exactly where you need to be. Life seems to work out that way. We become aware of what we want to learn at a specific time that is right for us to pursue it. And then we start seeing that kind of content everywhere and we get inspired. It's kind of like when you buy a certain color car or a certain model and you suddenly start seeing that color car all over the interstate. You might find a teacher online you resonate with, or a singer singing on YouTube that really inspires you. The time is right. When you start feeling that inspiration and that longing to progress in your singing, it's time. Do it. Just keep going. Maybe you can find a great teacher in your hometown and book a session with them, or you find a book that you really resonate with, or again, videos or a teacher. Just dive in and don't rush. Learning to sing can't be rushed. Learning anything the right way, honestly, can't be rushed, or an instrument or a sport or whatever. When we rush, we tend to create much more problems along the way. It's best just to accept where we are and move on from there. So, number 3, change your mindset. I know, easier said than done, right? But I want you to get excited about the possibilities of what your voice really is capable of. The human voice is an incredible instrument. It's resilient and flexible, and it can do more than you can do more than you think you can. Again, singing isn't reserved for just a chosen few or for celebrities. It's for everyone. It's a natural expression of being human. Singing comes from a deep desire to communicate. If you have this desire, You can do it. Concept number 4, be willing to be vulnerable. Being a singer takes courage. You have to be willing to be vulnerable and to fail. We have to let go of controlling everything. We have to learn to trust more. I know, it's easier said than done. But every time we sing, we risk being judged. But who cares? Okay? We have to get past the fear of judgment and failure to really learn to sing and perform well. Learning to sing can feel like an uphill climb. Again, like really learning any task that you care about and that you want to do well. It can seem so daunting at first. As singers, we make weird sounds while training our voices to do new things and create that muscle memory. And then we have to apply those techniques to songs that we've learned. Practicing new coordinations is essential when learning to sing. It's just like any other instrument. When we are the instrument, we are training muscles, and we have to learn to control our emotions and self-criticism while we're doing it. It's mental, it's physical, and it can be exhausting. But please remember, do your best not to be too hard on yourself, and enjoy the small wins that happen along the way. So, concept number 5, how singing is viewed in society. So, not many other skills are praised as much or come with the expectation that one should just be able to do without training or guidance. Think about almost any other skill. It's a given that a person will go to school or have a mentor or teacher to learn from, to help expand those skills. With singing, it seems like in our society, or maybe every society, I don't know, it just seems like people are just supposed to know how to do it. But I would guess 9 times out of 10, that's not how it works. Even if we start with some natural tendencies and talents, we still have to learn the principles and techniques of our art form like any other. And I don't think we ever stop learning. We never arrive. And then that's it. Okay, I've learned, I'm done. And again, with any art, I believe we're on a journey of learning to be the best singers and artists we can be. I'm not saying it's easy, but we're on that journey, and it takes courage to be on that journey. I want you to enjoy that journey, and that brings us to number 6. Learn new habits to get you to your next level. When I got my first gig right out of high school, I had to learn to perform on stage and learn songs very quickly. It was a sink or swim situation, and it was an incredible learning experience for me. Playing 4 sets a night, 6 nights a week, gave me a lot of experience in a short amount of time. But as a natural singer, I quickly felt my limitations. I thought my range was much smaller than it actually was. I would instinctively muscle up too much chest when singing high notes, and I would use too much volume. These are very typical bad habits of natural or self-taught singers. Over time, I knew that I had to leave that band to expand my musical education and to build my voice and guitar skills. So after a little over 2 years, I did leave that band and I went on to further my education. Maybe now is the time for you to move on to your next step in your musical education. It doesn't have to be a big move, like we've already discussed. Maybe it's a book. Maybe it's a video that you really resonate with, and just stick with that one thing. Stick with it for a while till you feel like you can do it with ease and accuracy. Talking with other singers you admire, asking questions, finding a local teacher, finding a mentor, finding a singer that inspires you. But most of all, we have to get in front of another person for that feedback, for that one-on-one feedback. That is the ideal situation. So find that teacher that you resonate with. You can also book a lesson with me anytime. I'm at amyhailstone.com. Click on the services tab, go from there. So speaking of learning and being with a teacher, let's talk about number 7, which is online learning. Being able to learn things online is absolutely incredible. It can also be overwhelming, and you might learn things in a weird order that might not make sense. Maybe you learn a technique or an exercise that might take you months or even years to master, and you think, I should be able to do this much sooner. But fair warning, this stuff takes a lot of time. more than we'd like and more than an online video might lead us to believe. Of course, how long it takes to learn something varies from person to person. But online is a great place to get started if you can also have some lessons in person like we talked about. But online is a great place to get started. The important thing is to start. It's time to move forward on your dream of singing. So in conclusion, let's finish what we started. Do you want to learn to sing or level up your singing? Absolutely, you can do it. And if you're like a natural singer, like I was, a singer who feels like you know how to sing, but you have limitations, don't just accept them for face value, because unless you've been trained with a great vocal coach, you probably have way more range and abilities than you think. We're all looking for freedom in our singing and to be able to express ourselves with ease and joy. I had to think of the right word. Or maybe you've been studying for a while and you don't feel like you're making the progress that you wanted. You're not finding that freedom that you crave yet. You know it's there, but you can't access it. You can learn new concepts and habits that help you transform your singing and allow more freedom. I'm here to tell you it's possible. Don't give up and don't think it's easy. Commit yourself to the journey. Be thankful for the little wins. Accept where you are. Never give up on your dream of being a singer, of being that singer that you know you can be. I want to give you a gift for spending some time with me today. I've made an exclusive video for the singers in the audience. It's called 3 Secrets and Exercises, an introduction to finding more freedom in your singing, where I give you 3 concepts and exercises to help you find more freedom and level up in your singing journey. If you're watching on YouTube, just click the link below, or if you're listening on your favorite streaming service, just go to amyhailstone.com/3secrets. Being introduced to these concepts and voice building exercises will set you miles ahead of where you are right now. Just stay consistent with your practice and you'll be blown away what you can do. Unlock your potential and become the confident performer with the right mindset and guidance. Don't let anything hold you back from pursuing your singing. And if you're also interested in learning to play the guitar, or if you've been playing it for a while and again, want to level up, I have an exclusive video for you too. It's called 5 Things Every New Guitar Player Needs to Know, where I teach you valuable information to set you up for success in your guitar playing. Being able to accompany yourself while performing is a skill that will benefit you in many ways in your performing career. Start building your playing skills today. Again, click the link below or go to amyhailstone.com/5things. Thanks so much for joining me on the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, it would mean so much to me if you gave me a review on Apple Podcast and shared it with a fellow singer or musician. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, give it a like and a share. Also check me out on my personal YouTube channel, amyhailstone.com, where I post a lot of performances. Thanks again for being here today. We'll see you in the next episode of Groove, Sing, and All the Things.